Okay, I've made this video 4 times, I think, and I've scrapped it each time because I didn't like how I sounded. I don't like the sound of my own voice, but I still wanted to make it. And I put too much time in at this point to just abandon it. So yeah, I'm gonna try one last time. So what you're looking at here is me texturing and modeling a house. It is from the same collection as the other house that I've textured and modeled on video. And yeah, that's just for you to watch in the background to keep you entertained, like a Subway Surfers clip while I talk about something unrelated. And today, what I wanted to talk about is Maurice Binder. He's a really cool dude. If you don't recognize him by picture or name, you might recognize what he's known for, which is creating the James Bond gun barrel intro or title sequence. So yeah, he did, I think, 14 or 16 different James Bond intros, and yeah, they're awesome, and I wanted to talk about him a little bit. So his like big break happened when he did the intro for a movie called The Grass is Greener, and that was in 1960. So at the time, a lot of movies started with just like blank text on a non-moving background. And so this, I'm going to show the intro to The Grass is Greener. It might not look that crazy to you, but if you think about the context of when it was made, it was pretty impressive and, you know, groundbreaking, I guess you could say. So in attendance at the premiere of The Grass is Greener in London, there are two guys, Albert Broccoli and Harry Saltzman. And these two dudes are James Bond producers. So they see the intro and they like it so much that they're like, we need to hire this guy. And they hire Maurice to do the intro for Dr. No, which is their next James Bond movie coming out. So they get him going. He makes an epic intro. It has the gun barrel thing, and the actual title sequence after it is really, really good. And it just blows a lot of people away. You know, it could be said that the intro is more memorable than the actual movie. So yeah, it's really good. And they keep him going, and he makes a bunch of other title sequences for them. So I guess like if you are like a new gen Instagram pilled person, and you might have you might have never seen a James Bond movie, and you look at this, you're like, oh, that looks like the iPod ad campaign from the mid 2000s that I see on a bunch of archive accounts. And yeah, the iPod campaign took a lot of inspiration from Maurice Binder. But the big difference to me is that in the iPod ad campaign, you get like a hipster breakdancing, which, you know, whatever, it's not the lamest thing. But you go over to the James Bond intros of Maurice stuff, it is the silhouette of a naked lady, which I think is a lot cooler. So yeah, on the topic of silhouette, I wanted to cover like the, you know, what characterizes his intros, I guess you could say. So he uses sans serif fonts, geometric shapes. He uses like bold primary colors, and most importantly to me is his use of silhouette. He loves using silhouette, and he is a master at it. You see that pretty much in all his intros, and it's what gives them that, I don't know, it's awesome. That's really what I would say. So yeah, one thing I kind of struggled with in the many different versions of this video I've made and then deleted is trying to describe how watching these makes me feel. And the best way, this is not great, but the best thing I could come up with to explain it is like, it reminds me of when I was a kid. I had this idealized image of the West and how the world worked, and it was all like, you know, glamour and spies and good guys and bad guys, and it made sense. And that's kind of the feeling that I get from watching the James Bond intros. And yeah, one more thing I just want to appreciate about the work of Maurice Binder. So he describes his work. I'm not reading this off a script or something, so I might say it, but he described them as the distillation of sex and violence, and I think that's a pretty good way to put it. What I really like about him is that he is able to incorporate the masculine and feminine pretty well. So you get these feelings of like action and mystery and adventure mixed with like beauty and elegance and sex appeal. So yeah, anyway, that's probably my time. I'm going to speed this up so that it's not 10 fucking minutes long, and hopefully this is the version I use. Also, I'm going to show the final house at the end of the video. Goodbye. Thank you. Leave a humongous love if you liked it. All right.